Now, as a Nigerian, and you are wondering, or you are saying that since the present administration took power, that the president has not achieved anything under infrastructure or other things. The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, has listed all the things the president has achieved under his own ministry. The road he has started, he has completed, and all the rest of them. I'm not here to analyze it. I'm not here to say more. Just watch what he said and the things the president has achieved. As I'm watching it, just drop your comments at the comment section. I'm coming back. We move.
Directed the contractor to expose his commitment in not less than 6 sections doing the same thing, because we gave 14 months for that work to be done. Not also done, Mr. President, released also 30% of the Enugu-Onitsha road, which is 72 kilometers. That's 150 billion. So 45 billion is being released, to the contractor. We also have the Abuja-Kano rehabilitation, 22 billion, 30% has been paid, for the work. We had, channel, we note that somebody was demarcating me on the washout between Bauchi and Jigawa. And fortunately for me, the president has since released, money to cater for all the 4 sections of the road between Bauchi and Jigawa, and also released money through Sukuk for the Gombe projects. That has been done. And it's also important to announce that the Nembe Brass, the president is 156 billion. The president has released 30% for that. When that job is done, there will be no more either boat or flight to the oil rigs. So it's a very good news that is going on. Of course, we are about completing the Bodo Boni, which is 35 kilometers, 200 billion by Julius Beja. So that is a big plus for the Niger Delta oil, rigs operation. And of course, the much talked about Ibadan, Ife, Ilesha, is that is 108.4 kilometers by 2. The president has released 30% of that money. The Ilesha to Akure to Benin is 256 kilometers by 2, 761 billion. 30% of that project has been released. We are working on the unfortunate incident that happened at Kefi flyover. I visited there. We lost 3 lives there. We've, settled with the families. There are no pressing charges. It's very unfortunate. And we have started the reconstruction of the bridge. One carriageway has been closed down, to traffic. And so there's so much, to talk about, in terms of what Mr. President is doing. Lagos Shagamu Tore, project has been, awarded, and 30% has been released. I will not bore you because you are going to see things, for yourself. But we always, and anytime, any day, stage a debate with anybody that wants to darken council without knowledge in terms of roads and bridges infrastructure. The president has done extremely very, very well. And I'm very, very grateful to him for what the selfless services is rendering to our nation. Because I've always said that when a road is disconnected, you can't move from one state to the other. It's tantamount to, because your movement is restricted. But with this project, being done, the GDP of states are being improved upon. The 85% of the first section of Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, I know what has happened to the GDP of Lagos, even though we've not totally deployed on that route. And that's why I maintain that these 4 legacy projects are investments. They are not just road construction. But let me not bore you. Let me just face the business of today, because the Honorable Minister will say I'm talking too much. But because much is given to me, I have to talk too much. Now, the business of today, but it's good for me to tell you what Mr. President is doing so that you'll be able to face the contractors and, of course, face me in tracking the progress of these projects. It's very important. And so today, FEC approved, the review of, project in Boronu and Adamawa, and that's Bunuma Road project. And it was initially awarded in 2020, 45 kilometer, 15.43 billion. And today it's been reviewed to 61.763 billion, keeping the 45 kilometer for Biu-Numan Road in Boronu, Adamawa. The second project that was approved was the Maraba-Kefi Road. The Maraba-Kefi Road is 43.6 kilometers and is dualized. And so when we came on board, we had to change, the dynamics of the projects. We decided to use concrete, inner shoulder, outer shoulder, and then, milled the center, that's the carriageway, and they put stone base and then put binder and the wearing. Now, this project was awarded, towards the end of last administration in May 23rd, 2023. And so the change of, floating of the Naira and the oil subsidy removal affected it. And so what we did is to say, okay, with the available fund of 76 billion, as manifested in an MPC, cash flow, that's what they are committing. So we had to now say, okay, you finish one carriageway and 2 kilometers in the other carriageway, while we are maintaining the other one. And so it's called Ribeme, where we use the available funds to do the project that it could match without changing the configuration of the initial contract sum. FEC has approved that. Today, also in Ikorodu-Shagamu Road, a project that was awarded in 2018 and reviewed in March 2023, and it's about 25% done. So FEC approved additional 11.423 billion so that the project will be completed. Then the next one is the road in Gashamu, Amishi, Gogoram Road, and that is in Yobe State, Yobe North, and that is 36 kilometers. And the contract was awarded in 2020, for 36.2 kilometers, and it was 14.526 billion. And now it's reviewed, to include introduction of binder costs. It wasn't there before, and replacement of pedestrian bridge across the river at Chene 36 with vehicle crossing bridge. Then concrete protection works in swampy areas and increase in VOP requirements. And so the project has been increased by 8.94 billion.
Now, one of the problems I have with this, our leaders, from federal government to state government, right to local government, is that they have the spirit of abandoning projects. As you just listen and watch what this man said, some of the projects he said that they have gone into again was not even contracted in this administration. One of them was contracted in 2020. Just from 2020 to today, it's 6 years. And maybe that project was just a 2-year project. But they contracted the projects. Nobody was there to supervise the contractor. And money was given out. And the contractor did not carry the project, and nobody asked about it till today. I just pray that all these things he mentioned as Minister of Works, that they will start the project and do the needful and finish the project, the ones they're supposed to finish in their own this administration. Because seriously, our leaders have that spirit of abandoning projects. I was listening to one senator one time ago, and that should be last 2 years. He said that a project was given in FCT to install CCTV. A senator was saying this, to install CCTV in the whole of FCT, Abuja. That was in 2015. In 2015, that day, I think that should be last 2 years, that project was not carried on. To install CCTV, that project was not carried on, and nobody has ever asked about that project. But money was given out, which means they gave out the money, and some people by the side, they corner the money. That's the problem we have. They keep giving out projects every day. They keep contracting projects every day, but those projects are not being carried on because the people, the contractors that they give the project, it's also their own boys. So nobody will care to to supervise the project, to know whether the project is being carried on, to know whether the contractor is doing a solid and standard work for Nigerians. That's the problem. Well, shall we keep watching them? I remain my humble self, the Ekman. Peace and love. Don't play.